Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. If this is your first time of seeing my face, you're welcome on my page. Here I talk about relationship, marriage, and things of faith and things that are in between those ones that I just mentioned. As you can see from the caption, I want to talk about 4 possible reasons why you could be facing a delay in your life. It's possible that you've been and praying and fasting and waiting on God, yet He hasn't moved in your life yet. So sometimes you feel discouraged and you want to stop. You feel like God is not listening. So I want to give you these 4 reasons, and I think at least one or a combination of these reasons will be the reason why you are facing delay in life. And if you have any other reason, or you think there are other reasons that I have not mentioned, please do well to mention them in the comments so we can all learn. Okay, the first reason is sometimes uh, your blessings get delayed because you do not have the capacity, to sustain the blessing yet. So God knows that at this point in your life, you are not able to, sustain certain blessings. Some blessings require a stronger version of you. Some blessings require a smarter version of you. Some blessings require wisdom. Others require patience, and so on. And if God sees that you are not yet ready for that blessing, He will not send that blessing to you because He knows that it's going to go to waste if He sends that blessing now. So that's the reason why you've not yet received your blessing. It's not because God has said no or God has, forgotten you. He has a reason for not sending that blessing yet. He's waiting for you to be ready. Sometimes you have to be emotionally ready. Okay? Maybe if God gives you that big financial project, you may not be able to handle it because your emotions are all over the place. You need to have things organized so that you'll be able to execute that project very well. So that is one possible reason. The second possible reason is because God is trying to protect you. Yes, God is a spirit and He sees things that happen in the spirit, things that you and I cannot see. He knows the dangers that are out there, dangers you and I have not even thought about, dangers you and I have not ever heard of. So He knows that these things are there and He's trying to protect us from overspeeding. Like, we shouldn't go too fast. If we do, we will get there too early and we might be destroyed. So that's one possible reason that God is trying to protect you. That's why He is causing a delay to happen to you, because if you go too fast, you will get to a place too early with that, and for that reason you may be destroyed. Okay, God doesn't want you to get into trouble, so He's trying to delay the blessing. And I'm going to use a story, the story of a man who was going to the airport. He actually checked out of the hotel where he spent the night, and on his way out of the airport he slipped and broke his ankle. And so he was rushed to the hospital, and the doctor said, "You are not safe to fly. We have to keep you." And the man was like, "No, I have to fly. I have business. There's a lot I have to miss if I must stay here." And the doctor said, "You can't go now, so you have to cancel your flight." Behold, he canceled his flight. And just hours after, while he was watching TV in the hospital, he saw that the flight that he would have been on had crashed and everybody passed away. So that's how God can protect us. Most times, the circumstances we go through are so difficult that we feel like God is trying to punish us. But no, He's not trying to punish us in any way. He's indirectly trying to protect us. Okay, that thing that is causing a delay, you might feel like, "Oh, I'm so misfortune. Why is it that bad things keep happening to me each time I want to do this?" No, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. God is trying to protect you from overspeeding so you don't get into an accident. That's another way of saying it. God knows the danger that lies ahead, so He's trying to protect you. That's why. So there's another story, same on this same protection. There was a woman, she was healthy. So all of a sudden, she developed a stroke and she was taken to the hospital. She stayed there for a while and the family decided to bring her home. So she was bedridden. And she was sick for a while. Probably she'll be saying, who did I offend? Why am I suffering from this kind of strange illness? Things like that. She'll be frustrated. But guess what? That was a blessing in disguise. And I'll proceed with the story. What happened actually was that her husband wanted to use her for money making, but because she was in that state, that vegetable state, they rejected her as sacrifice. And so the husband confessed before actually passing away that that's what he had planned to do, to use his wife for money. But because his wife was sick and the brotherhood where he belonged rejected her as sacrifice, that's why he had to go in her place. So his life was taken in the place of his wife. So after he died, his wife actually got well. So those are the kind of situations that we might go through, and we'll be saying things like, oh, why is my life like this? Why are these kind of things happening to me? Meanwhile, they are blessings in disguise. Okay? So the third reason why you could be facing delay is that you actually have people who are stopping you. Yes, you have some enemies who do not want to see you progress. They are actually doing things to stop you, through other means, spiritual means, to stop you. Things they do in the spirit will actually affect you physically. So I watched this video of a woman. She had one big tree in the forest where she had locked thousands of people's destiny. There were locks on the tree. As the tree was growing taller, she kept on putting locks, and there were tree and locks right up to the top of the tree. She kept on locking people. Imagine thousands of people suffering. No matter what you do in that situation, if God does not help you, your life will not change. That's why you're facing delay, okay? Because someone has tied your destiny somewhere. Someone has intercepted your blessings. Someone has stolen your destiny. Your destiny is somewhere. This is not the life God wanted for you, but because the enemy has powers, though not powers that are bigger than God's power, but they have those powers and they can actually hurt you that much. They can actually stop you from moving forward. Okay, so if you are feeling like something is wrong somewhere, it could be that someone has actually tampered with your blessings. So the fourth reason, it will shock you. The fourth reason is that you could be the reason for your own delay, and I will explain. Thank you for coming. I can see someone watching. Thank you for your support. Please like the video and share it if you can. Thank you for coming. Please like the video and share it if you can. So I'll proceed to the fourth reason. The fourth reason is that you are the reason for your own delay. And the reason is because you are lazy. If you're a lazy person, you don't want to help yourself. Opportunities come, you don't act on them. You push them forwards. You keep procrastinating. You keep pushing things to tomorrow, to next month, to next year. Before you know it, opportunities that would have helped your life has passed. When God gives you an idea, you don't act on it. You keep pushing it forward. You even forget to write it down, such that sometimes you want to remember it and it's gone, because you were supposed to do things promptly. But because you are not acting fast, you are lazy, you're procrastinating. Opportunities that God had sent, those would have been opportunities that will help your life. You refuse to use them. Okay? There are opportunities that may not really look big, but they are opportunities. If you happen to be near someone who is gifted, it's your opportunity to learn from that person. You don't know where that skill or that little thing you learn from that person is going to help you. So if you are near someone, you live with someone, or you have someone who... Hi, Okorompo, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for your support. I can see you. I hope you've been following up with the discussion. If not, ask me a question and I'll recap if possible. Okay? I am talking about 4 reasons why people face delay in life. Okay? So I was already at the 4th one, but if you want, I can recap. I can start from number 1. So as I was saying, number 4 is that you are your own problem. You are your own enemy. You don't help yourself. You're lazy. Okay? You don't want to work. Even if you want to work, you are not acting fast. You are slow. You don't use opportunities that are staring at you. You don't identify them. You don't use them. People are there to help you. You don't use them. Somebody is calling, come and do this. You don't. You're just being lazy. You want a perfect job. And one thing is that you want something to be perfect before you start. No. You can start with that small money you have. no matter the business. Sometimes because you are feeling that people are going to laugh at me, I don't want to sell this, I don't want to hawk this, but you are broke. You don't want to do anything to help your life because you are ashamed that people who are rich are going to laugh at you. It doesn't help you in any way. But God does not bless lazy people. He blesses effort. He wants to see you do something and then he will come and add to it. Even the Bible says it. God help those who help themselves. That prayers and no work is useless. You can pray from morning to night. If you don't do anything physical, something substantial, through which God will bless you, that blessing will not come. Okay, for instance, if you're looking for a job, you will not just sit at home and wait for someone to magically imagine that you need a particular job or that you're gifted in so and so career and then call you to come and do the work. No, you will apply, and you will not just apply to one place or two places. You keep applying, you keep doing it until you get the results that you want. Okay, so that's about it. So if you want me to recap, just let me know in the comments. See Okoronko, are you still there? So because I see somebody watching, if you have any question to ask me, please drop it in the comment and I will reply to you. So if you are just coming in and you want me to repeat, I will quickly go through the 4 points I just mentioned. So I made a post on my YouTube and not a video, a written post on something similar. If you have time and you feel interested, please go and watch. It's something similar, but it has its own way, It came in a different way. And after I wrote that post, then these ideas came to me and I decided to come live. I really do not come live that often, but I didn't know if it's the right time or not. I wasn't prepared. It just came to my mind and I immediately decided to come live, even without, my hair and everything. I decided to come live like this. So if you are watching and you like this kind of videos, you want me to come live more often, let me know. If you've watched any of my videos before, let me know. And let me also know the kind of videos you are interested in. I do talk on relationships and marriage, and matters related to faith and motivation, general life motivational contents, like what I'm doing now. Okay, so these are mostly the topics that I talk on when I come live because they are broad and a single video cannot contain it, otherwise it's going to be too long. If you like videos like this, please let me know. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment. Follow the page and subscribe. Thank you for coming. I see one person watching. Please let me know where you're watching from. And if you would like me to recap, because I just finished the 4 points I was mentioning, if you want me to take it over, I will do it for you. Just let me know in the comments. Please let me know who is watching so I can greet you properly. Okay. The person doesn't want to type. Anyway, because you are here, I'm sure maybe you were drawn here by the topic. 4 possible reasons why you are facing delay in life. Please like the video if not yet done so, and share it if it's not so much of a trouble for you. Please like it and share it to someone. It's really going to bless someone, because especially number 4, it's a reason that most of us do not think about. We can think of every other thing except ourselves to be the problem. Sometimes we are our own problem. Like I said, number 4, the 4th point, we are responsible for our own delay by our own actions. Okay, we are suffering because of our own laziness. So thank you for coming. I see 2 people watching. If you want me to recap, please say so. And please let me know where you're watching from so I can greet you properly. And on this page, when I come live, I do more of motivational contents, like live motivational content, like what I'm doing now. 4 reasons why you could be facing delay in life. And I'll repeat because I see 2 people watching. It means you're interested in the topic. Otherwise, you would have scrolled past. So if you're still here, please like the video and please share it if possible. One possible reason, the first one, is because you do not have the capacity to sustain the blessings you have asked God for. God knows that you are not ready for that blessing. Maybe the blessing is too big for you. Maybe you need to be smarter to be able to sustain that blessing. Some blessings require a stronger version of you. It requires you to be mentally stable, emotionally stable. It requires you to have wisdom. It requires you to be patient. Maybe you are dealing with a whole lot of things in your life, and God judges and says, no, my daughter, my son is not ready for this blessing yet. I'm going to withhold it for now and give my son and daughter this blessing when the time is right. So maybe that's the reason why you do not have your blessings yet, because you are not ready to sustain it. Because it's one thing to receive the blessing and another thing to sustain it. Because you can feel like, okay, God has finally answered my prayer, and you're singing, the Lord has done it finally. But before you sing that song to the end, the blessing has gone because you didn't have the ability to sustain it. You understand? You'll be wondering, what happened? Why is my life like this? Why is my case always like this? Meanwhile, the blessing came too early and you were not ready for it. Maybe it would stress you, it will overwhelm you such that you would just misuse the blessing. That's a way of saying it. I hope it makes sense. If you like what you are hearing, if you like what I'm saying, follow this page for more. So the second reason is God is trying to protect you. Most times we go through difficulties and we feel like, no, we can't take this anymore. They cannot be God, and He's watching us go through all this. Yes, He permits it for a reason, a very good reason. Okay, He's trying to protect you. And I'll always use this example of a man who was checking out of the hotel and he was on his way to the airport, but right in front of the hotel, he slipped and broke his ankle. And so he couldn't make it to the airport. He had to go to the hospital. And he thought it was just something they could just, do a few sprays and massage and he would be on his way. No, they told him, you're not going. It's more serious. They had to put a cast on his leg and he had to stay there in the hospital. Guess what? He was probably there saying, oh my God, what kind of misfortune is this? How did I get here? How did this happen? Maybe I was just clumsy. No, that's how I slipped and fell. No, he wasn't clumsy. It happened for a very good reason. Guess what? Flight, everybody passed away because shortly after that, that plane crashed. Minutes after taking off, everybody passed away. And that's how his life was spared. So sometimes situations that are uncomfortable, situations that put us under immense stress,